Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you all for hopping aboard with me for another video. In this one, we have Wetumpka High School in Wetumpka, Alabama. They had graduation, all right, about a week or so, and there were 11 students that were unable to walk at graduation. Now, because of a prank that they pulled, right, a senior prank. We all have seen high schoolers, and we may have participated as well. I didn't personally, but many of you watching may have participated in a senior prank, right, in your high school. Now, usually pranks are meant to be funny. Usually, the end result is laughter and joy, right, because it's supposed to be something that's funny. In this case, Wetumpka High School, these 11 students decided to do something that wasn't really funny, and it maybe it was funny to them while they were doing it, but basically they caused $10,500 in damage to their high school. All right. So, man, I'm gonna bring in this article and I'm going to read off um the specifics of what occurred with these high schoolers. So we have got the headline: Senior prank gone wrong at Wetumpka High School. 11 students barred from graduation. Now it says that after a senior prank that resulted in vandalism, 11 seniors at Wetumpka High School will not walk at Tuesday night's graduation ceremonies. And this was last week, if I'm not mistaken, last Tuesday. Let's see. When all was said and done, the cleanup from the damage done was quoted at $10,500. Elmore County Schools has elected not to seek restitution nor to press charges against those students. All right. As they did not want to affect their futures. Keep that in mind. I think many people that were upset about these students not walking missed these 2 points. There were no charges pressed, nor were they being made to pay restitution for the damage they caused. Let's see. Now I'm gonna go down here to what they did, like some specifics. Now I will link this article from shout out to elmoreotarganews.com. I will link this article in the description so you guys can read it for yourselves. But and this is from this happened on May 14th is when the vandalism occurred. So 2 weeks ago to the day. All right. They squirted ketchup and mustard on the floors and walls. All right. In the hallway as well as in bathrooms as well. They spread bags of flour down the hallways. They threw hundreds of sheets of paper. Many were taken out of the teachers' classrooms and were the student papers. They threw those down hallways. They turned over desks in the rooms and moved desks into halls and turned them upside down. So that's typically that you see that anyway, right? People move furniture from one classroom to another one, or put it in the hallway, or put it outside, and all that. Which I think they did that as well. I believe they put some desks and chairs outside as well. They attempted to tear down a hall banner, and that resulted in damaging the ceiling. They put up, let's see, various streamers and silly string were used on the floor and the walls throughout many of the same areas, the hallways, bathrooms, etc. A student, at least one student, sprayed implied profanity, FUB. All right, letters FUB. I'll let y'all figure out what that represents. But they put that on the classroom door, right? That was really funny. Let's see here. In the teacher's lounge, they overturned furniture and dragged some into the hallway. They spread pine straw and ketchup and left the ice machine open in an attempt to melt the ice onto the floor. And so, if you're wondering where the $10,500 price tag came from for the damages, The county school system got a quote from Jenny King, which is a local housekeeping company, for a deep clean, and they are the ones that quoted the damage and cleanup at $10,500. Wow! And so here are pictures, just a few pictures of what took place. All right, you see flour on the floors, and man, desk in the hallway. The desk and the streamers and that type of thing in the floor is not such a big deal, but the ketchup, the mustard, ripping down a banner. I mean, what's funny about that? I don't know. I don't. I guess these seniors nowadays. I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say seniors nowadays because there were other pranks I saw people posting about, and they were decent pranks. Like they were really people laughed. It was nobody was harmed. No school building was damaged. Nothing like that. But for some reason, these students decided to do vandalism instead of a real prank. So anyway, that's that. Now these students, like I said, no restitution were paid was to be paid. They were not prosecuted for what they did. They just merely were not allowed to walk at graduation. I think that's very, very, very fair. I have no issue with that. Now people were upset and they had their own apparent graduation ceremony, all right, at Gold Star Park in Wetumpka, Alabama. And I think 6 of the 11 were there for that, where they received their diplomas and they got to walk and they were had the robes on and all that good stuff. Um, Now I'm gonna read this article, and this one this one is from I think it's the Wetumpka Herald, if I'm not mistaken. You pull it on up. There we go. Yeah, the Wetumpka Herald. All right. Now they this group calls itself the Fab 11. By the way, the 11 students that were participating in this damage. All right, this vandalism. The Fab 11. All right. Yeah, and as you see, there's a picture. There's 6 of them that were at graduation. So the other 5, maybe their parents were like, you know what, you premeditated this act. It's not like you made a mistake, right? You premeditated the act. You planned it. You showed up at 10 p.m. I think it was the 10 p.m. that night. Snuck in through a classroom window. So basically, you broke into the school and did what you did. You're not going to be participating in anything regarding a graduation. So maybe those other 5 have parents like that where they, let that sink in. All right. But these 6 apparently not. Their parents wanted them to whatever. Wanted to they want to reward the bad behavior, right? Let's see here. Now, this article says 11 students didn't walk at the official Wetumpka graduation as punishment for a prank, right? In quotations, because it wasn't a prank. That was just vandalism. I'm glad this article has prank in parentheses because it wasn't a prank. Um, but they are graduates, and 6 celebrated with friends and family. All right. Now there was a pastor, Joel Thomas. He said the events leading to the second Wetumpka High School graduation in so many days shouldn't be an anchor on their life. All right. So he's talking about you know, them participating in the vandalism, and he's basically saying that should not deter their future, right? It shouldn't be something that stays with them. Which nobody is saying that it will necessarily as far as the law goes. The superintendent decided not he did not prosecute, and they're not paying back restitution. They just merely could not walk at graduation. They still got their diploma. They just didn't walk at graduation. I mean, that's the least thing that I think you can do to them. I mean, They could have gotten way worse. But anyway, da-da-da, one of the students said, "I want to apologize to my mama." All right, he said this on stage at their private ceremony. "I wish she could have seen me out on the field yesterday." So they had their private ceremony the day after the actual high school graduation that they were not a part of. So, let's see. Another introduced themselves as the Fab 11. It references the chat group the 11 students have formed recently. While not meant to be derogatory, it does speak to how the now graduates have bonded, right? So now they're the Fab 11 because they didn't make a mistake. They premeditated, planned out, and executed vandalism of their own high school. And so now they're the Fab 11 and they should be rewarded and praised, all right, for being so brave. It's funny how you can do something wrong, and then when you get the backlash of doing something wrong, now you're the victim of the people criticizing you for doing something wrong. It's amazing how that works, right? The teaching them victim mentality at such a young age is really gonna not help them, all right, in the future. Because in the real world, when you do things wrong, you get disciplined, you get reprimanded, you get fired from jobs. So that's the real world. So I guess they're trying to still trying to buffer them from the real world at this point, but they'll learn soon enough, right? Um, da da da. Class president Nathan Jenkins, he spoke at their private ceremony. He had some nice words for him. Yeah, I think that's about the gist of it. Everybody that's like I said that are you know upset about the backlash. I mean, come on, just come on. It's not as if they were made to do this. This was something that they chose to do. If anything, y'all should be hopefully in private. Y'all don't want to say anything publicly, but hopefully in private, you say, look, if y'all wanted to do a prank, why not put some thought into it? Why not do something creative? Why not do something that the end result would have been people would have been laughing. It would have been funny. What's funny about destroying your school, causing damages to your school? Like, I don't get the humor. I saw another high school that they did a drive, whatever you want to drive to school that day. That was part of their prank. People were on ATVs. You had kids driving golf carts, motorcycles, bikes, whatever, skateboard, who knows, whatever. Like, they were driving whatever, and you had another one that they hired a guy to blow the bagpipes. All right, a bagpiper. All right, so I think he like followed everybody, like the administrators around all day or something, and played the bagpipes. Like, no, nothing was harmed in these pranks, right? These are more outside the box pranks, right? I don't know why they couldn't have done this with Wetumpka, but hey, whatever. Um, it won't follow them rest of their lives. It's pretty much over with. I'm just talking about it now because I had a little time to think about it, and you know, I'm still where I was when I first heard about it. Like, it's been 2 weeks. I heard about it maybe like 5 days after the fact of it happening, but I had time to sit on it for about a week, and I'm like, I'm still where I was, and it just needs to be talked about publicly because too many high schoolers want to do a prank, but they all tend to go down this road. Don't go down this road because you might not be as lucky, right? You might not be as fortunate to not have charges pressed or not have to pay restitution for the damages you caused. So think about what you're gonna do before you do it. Um, anyway, thank y'all for watching. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this situation, and does the punishment fit the crime, or are you a person that says no crime was committed? They're just young and dumb, and they make mistakes, right? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all for hopping aboard with me for another video. This was the Captain's Quarter Show. I was your host, L. Milliner, the Captain. Until next time, I am gone.